Hey everybody, welcome to our 11 o'clock live chat. We are going to start airbrushing. I have no makeup on except my eyebrows and my red lips. And this is, I have to get situated because we moved our chairs. All right, I do have the lip vinyl in hot salsa on right now, and I'm loving it. Loving it. I still have some of the, I can taste some of the, I did the lip scrub, the pomegranate lip scrub, and I'm like, I can taste some of it, which tastes very good. We do not eat it. All right, so here we go, guys. Hey, Donnie, how are you? So we talked about, we had somebody in the 11 o'clock that, I'm sorry, the 10 o'clock that was new to airbrushing. She's contemplating Luminous. Hello, Trish. And so we kind of brought it back to the basics and talked to her and let them know, guys, I know that when you get this machine home, it can be kind of intimidating. Bottom line, put your big girl panties on and just do it. D-Wow, so good to see you, my friend. Hello. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Thank you, Dawn. But yeah, I mean, come on, just do it. Plug it in. It already comes put together. You just plug in the power cord. This is already attached to the hose where the air comes out. Put water in here, put the cap on, and play with it. Just have fun, play with it, spray your face. The three things you want to remember about airbrushing: hold it 4 finger widths away. Keep moving. You don't want to stay in one spot. You don't have to race. You're not like... You're just do. You don't have to race. Just keep going around and barely pull back on this trigger. That's the one thing you're going to want to practice, is the pulling back of said trigger. I used this yesterday, but I'm going to use it again. I miss you, D-Wow. I hope everything is going great with you, baby. All right, so now I'm going to shake this bad boy up. This is the CC Concealer in Light Beige. You can use the CC Concealer if you're a shade like 2, probably to 5, because it'll give you a little bit of lightness, and I just love it. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to put a couple of drops right in my stylus, turn on my system, and I have the system on. There's air blowing. You can see it blow my hair. But guys, it's a nice little kiss of air. It's not like all over your face. It's not like that, okay? It's just a nice little kiss of air that's coming out. And so I can even put it around my eyes and not have to worry about, when I do spray underneath my eyes, I angle it down a little bit and look up. And then I'll do it like 1, 2 right underneath the eye and kind of move it down. 1, 2 underneath the eye and move it down. And then that way it really, thank you, D-Wow. It doesn't feel weird blowing in your eye. It won't go in your eye unless you point it straight in your eye and pull back on the trigger. But your reflexes are going to, like if I spray it, it gives me chills on that one eye, because your lashes are going to feel the air and like shut your eye. It has been ophthalmologist tested that if you do accidentally spray it in your eye, it's okay. Okay, totally fine. It's just like getting eyeshadow powder in your eye. You just kind of blink it out and it'll go away. All right. So now I'm going to start with the CC Concealer. I can start underneath my eye and blend it down. And when I say blend it down, this is hey Amber, Janet, hello Gina. This is doing everything for you, okay? This is releasing the makeup. There's air that's coming out. When you pull back on the trigger, it releases the makeup. That's why you want to very lightly pull back on that trigger. And then I can keep going. And then I'm using it to cover my redness, my imperfections. And I know this kind of goes without saying, but let's just say it anyway. Guys, make sure you have good lighting, a mirror, when you're doing your makeup. How many times have we done makeup and you go outside and you like flip down your rear view mirror or your vanity mirror or whatever, and you're like, whoa, what happened? I mean, that happens all the time. So make sure you do have good light. Outside lighting is always best, but make sure you, and I don't know if you know this, but you can change your light bulbs. Change your light bulbs to reveal light bulbs. It gives you a full circulation of, or full, it's almost like outside light, or the reveal light bulb. So it gives you great lighting, and you can change those so you have better lighting. All right. So now I'm going to keep spraying. And then right here, I feel like it's a little, I maybe sprayed, I wasn't paying attention and sprayed, thank you, Dawn, Spectrum. That's what I was trying to do. Sprayed a little too heavy, so I can tap that out and then spray again. That's a great thing about Airbrush, is that there's no mistakes. You can, you know, keep going. Even if I do like, well, amount, but I could tap that out if I sprayed a little bit too much. So there you go. All right. Good. Hey, Joanne. Does this work well with covering large pores? Yes. So it's going, let's just back up. If you have seen the infomercial or have seen other people's lives and they're like, it does this, it honest to goodness is going to do everything we say it's going to do. Okay. If it is not, you're not a special case. Okay. It just means that we have to tweak something that you're doing. You're just doing something wrong and we just need to tweak that. Okay. There are products that you can put on that are going to help with that as well. Like Cindy was saying, Cindy says, I have very large pores. Velvet Veil is a primer that we have, this one right here. And it's one that you put on with your hand. There's a dropper in there. I don't use the dropper. I feel like it wastes. I just put it on my finger and rub that in a little bit. Goes a long way, okay? But yeah, you rub that on and it pretty much dries instantly. Don't reapply it. Just rub it on. It is one of those Snapchat filters for your face. I'm telling you right now. It not only will help blur fine lines, wrinkles, pores, even redness. It even helps with redness. And so it's pretty amazing, but you will want to airbrush on top of that. It does not allow a lot of movement. And so if you're using the CC, the Velvet Veil, then you're going to airbrush over that. Catherine says, yay, Velvet Veil, X Out, and CC Concealer helps a ton. Filter in a bottle. That's exactly right. So as you can tell, everybody loves Velvet Veil. If we could sell it by the drums, you know, like those huge drums where people could just soak in it, I think we would. I have Dova. I know that I'm not saying that right, but she has large pores. She uses Velvet Veil and loves it. All right. So I have my concealer on already. All is airbrushed. Did not have to touch my face. I heard this morning that they did a study in women's makeup bags. And it was like 90%. There was 90% bacteria in them. Yuck. Flat out. Yuck. I am guilty. I am guilty. I am guilty. I know I have a blender right here that I have not washed. Yes, I need to wash it. But guys, the fact that I can airbrush my whole entire face, do not have to touch my face. Am not putting any grossness on my face. Okay? This is amazing. My makeup bag, do you know what's in my makeup bag? Lips. I never have to touch up my makeup because the airbrush makeup lasts 17 to 18 hours, is non-transferable. You're not having to reapply because it is high pigmented. It's not moving. And you're using 10 times less makeup. How is that possible? It's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. So you're going to love it. Stop pounding foundation. Exactly, guys. I know we're pounding that stuff in there. And this is as we age, as we mature, like wine. That's what we do. When we're younger, we wear lots of makeup to cover up our youth. We were like, we want to look old. And then as we get older, we want to look younger. And so you need to stop wearing that makeup that is going to be piling on. You need to luminous, you need to airbrush. So you are going to use less makeup, cover what you need to cover, and then keep going. You're good. Cindy's like, I am stocking up. This is a great time to stock up. I mean, you've come on board, you've joined, you've heard about luminous long enough. You need to jump in. Drink the Kool-Aid, as they say. All right, so I probably put 5 drops in there, maybe 4, and I'm going to get my coverage. Now, when you first start out, you might go, 4 drops? I'm using 20. Guess what? That's okay. You're still using less makeup than if you did traditional makeup. The more you have this guy in your hand, the more you're going to learn, the less makeup you're going to use. Chances are you're pulling back too hard on the trigger, pull back less on the trigger, and you'll get it down. You will improve every single time you use this. All right. So I'm going to start at my forehead, making my movements, holding it 4 finger widths away. Nothing is being released until I pull back on this trigger. There's a little, you have the coolness of the air, but when you pull back on that trigger, you'll feel a little bit of coolness as well. It's so moisture. Amber says it's so moisturizing, makes a huge difference in your skin. It is a great time. Gina's like, it's a great time to stock up on foundations. If you don't have the, I will tell you this right now, and Musette, if Musette was on, she would tell you too. You need to get on the replenishment program. Listen to me, and I know there's some consultants on here. Listen to me very closely. Get on the replenishment program. Number 1, if you do not have this makeup coming on a regular basis and you run out, you can't airbrush. Without this makeup, you cannot airbrush. So you will want it on a regular basis. Now you get to pick how soon, how quick, how not so fast you want the makeup sent to you, and you can change it, okay? So let's say it's coming every 3 months and you're like, no, I still have more left. I don't need it that. Okay, push it back to 4 months, 5 months. Keep going, but you're going to get better price, and you can add anything. You can add the foundations. You could add a blush. You could add the velvet veil. They'll send it to you every single month, and you can adjust that time. But you're going to get the best pricing. It comes. You don't even have to think about it, and there's no delay. There's no drag time, meaning you run out, and you're like, oh, my gosh, I need to order. Well, guess what? You're not going to have airbrush makeup until it gets there. So make sure you get on that replenishment program. And even if you get those sales, what Musette does is she, I think she has it every 5 or 6 months, but then we have sales and she'll buy some then as well. So definitely get that. No, Joanne, this is what it's for, girl. Ask away. How many drops in a bottle? That is a very good darn question. I counted it one day, and now I can't remember. But it's going to depend. It's not necessarily the drops, but it's going to depend on your usage. Do you airbrush every single day? This is probably going to last you, 2 months, 3 months, like a regular, pretty much like a regular bottle. But yeah, you're going to get a ton of drops. For some reason, like 500 to 700 is popping in my brain for this amount. And the thing about these new bottles is you can't do that out. Like, it is literally drops, so you're not going to waste it. Yeah, they go, so like, and again, if I can do, this will last me even longer because if I'm doing the CC concealer and airbrushing, I don't have to use as much of the airbrush foundation. So I can do it with 4 or 5 drops. Does that make sense? All right, blending down my neck. It lasts Amber 3 months, 2 months. Yeah, I would say the big bottle should last you about 3 months. If you're airbrushing every day. All right. There you go. Wham, bam, full coverage. I push my auto ships out if I have a lot. Yeah, exactly. So that's, and you can move it back. So if you start running low, then you can say, hey, let's go up to 3 months. Let's go up to 4 months, whatever it is. Hey, Heather, great name. We do not care. Like, as long as it's not competing with us. But if you're with a magnetic lash cut, yeah, you can still be a luminous beauty. If you're a luminous beauty, do not reach out to her. Heather, how we do our lives is they will put their the thumbs up, the lips, and the lipstick if they are a luminous beauty. If you have somebody you're already talking to, then go to them. But if you are interested in hearing more about becoming a luminous beauty, then reach out to the ladies that are putting up their emojis. They are not allowed to reach out to you because I don't want you to be bombarded with a bazillion emails or messages. So there you go. I work as a FT restaurant manager and last through. Yes, busy as shit. Yes. Isn't that great? Jen's like, I leave looking gorgeous. I did, when I moved back in May, I think it was, I did a before, a middle, and an end. I moved in May. Yes, I did. And it was crazy. I mean, I know girls don't sweat. We can listen. I was sweating, but my makeup stayed in place. You do not have to retouch it. It's going to last and look amazing. So there you go. All right, guys. Y'all are awesome. I'll be back here at 3. We will continue this at 3. I'll start adding color back onto my face, do some contouring, do some eyes. We'll work with the click and play. So we'll just have some fun. All right. I will see you guys very soon. Bye for now.